Hey there everyone, it's your good old buddy here once again. It is Team Rai. Just let everyone know I have my 2017 predictions for No Mercy for this Sunday at the Raw exclusive pay-per-view. If you want to listen to it, you can listen to it. It's on my timeline or on this part of the video, okay? So go check it out. You might have a different reaction. What's my thoughts on this pay-per-view? Probably a lot of people are not going to watch it. Some people are just going to skip into the main event. I'm just going to watch the whole entire card and see if something big happens. But I'm going to stay positive. But let me continue here, okay, and discuss about this wrestling news. Hopefully you're looking forward to it. Now, one last time we heard any news about RVD, Rod Van Dam. It has been a while in my eyes. Is RVD a future WWE Hall of Famer? In my eyes, yes. RVD has some great rivalries, great matches ever since the ECW days and beyond, okay? I have his only DVD/documentary. It is freaking awesome. If they ever make another one, probably won't be as good as the original one, from my point of view. Now, if he comes back again, probably they're going to induct him in the Hall of Fame, hopefully, because his last WWE run, it was not very good, okay? I agree with everyone else out there, you know? He was a part-timer, and he did not really do that much for the WWE. I don't know if he was on something, not really too sure, but his other runs was great, you know. He won a lot of championships, Intercontinental Championship, Hardcore Championship, Tag Team Championship, so many freaking times. Mr. Money Bank, he cashed in. He beat John Cena that year. That was awesome because I cannot stand John Cena. I still can't. RVD was a great performer. Too bad he's not in this W2K18. Maybe W2K19 he'll be in the game, hopefully. And I love his finishing move, the Frog Splash, the Van Daminator, you name it. It's freaking awesome, you know. He has some great rivalries. RVD versus Taker for the Hardcore belt. Him versus Jeff Hardy at Vengeance 01 for the Hardcore belt. At SummerSlam versus Matt Hardy. Scratch it. Jeff Hardy at SummerSlam. It's a rematch from Vengeance. Those were the good old days, you know. He was part of the Alliance, and he also was part of the Triple Threat match himself. The Hall of Famer Kurt Angle and another Hall of Famer Austin. Great match. RVD should have won that match, but whatever. But it took him forever, not him. It took WWE forever to give RVD the push, the main belt. And then when he got the belt, he had to drop it because he did something stupid out of the ring. I think he got trouble with drugs, him and Sabu, so he had to forfeit the belt. Not forfeit the belt, but he had to drop it to I think Big Show. I think you guys could correct me if I'm wrong, but I like RVD ever since he was in WWE, his very first run, you know. He's part of the very first WF Invasion angle, I think he was, when Jerry King Lawler was called Easy Crappy Wrestling, I think it's the W Network or one of the old school DVDs, I think. I'm not really too sure, but that was a great moment. I didn't know who the hell it was. I remember the time that RVD broke his leg on ECW TV back in the day before WWE bought the rights for before it went to USA. It used to be TNT. Remember that? Those were the good old days. So I'll put the article down below. There's a possibility he might come back to WWE. If he comes back, I'm assuming they're gonna put him in the Hall of Fame. He's not a headline the Hall of Fame class. He's just gonna be put in. You think he's a Hall of Fame worthy caliber? I think he is. He did so much for the company. He won so much championships. You know, he didn't have the great mic skills, but he was pretty decent. I love every finishing move. He was great in the ring. He had some great rivalry with Sabu back in ECW, Jerry Lynch. I know Jerry Lynch was part of WWF for a short time. I remember the very first wrestling game, I think it was, Here Comes the Pain, or one of those games, RVD was part of it, and Jerry Lynch, I don't know if I had to create him, or he was part of it. I used to go back and forth with those two guys, duking out, just for exhibition mode, because they were not part of the story mode, so that kind of sucked. I think one of those two games, they kind of rushed it, and people on the internet were kind of pissed off. Or was the internet was around? Well, I don't know, but people was mad because it was not very good graphics to compare to these wrestling games, but that's what they call it now these days, a classic video game. So, if he does come back, do you think that we should put him in the Hall of Fame for 2018, or he's not WWE Hall of Fame worthy? I think, in my eyes, he is WWE Hall of Fame worthy, you know? He came a long way. He had some great rivalries, great matches. I remember the time from ECW 06, the WWE version, him versus Hardcore Harley, and RVD messed up Hardcore Harley's back at the table match, and I guess piece of wood went through his back. Hardcore Harley. I think it's on one of the DVDs. Say, don't try this at home. You guys remember that? That was a very, very brutal match. You know, we have not seen Hardcore Harley since. Is it Hardcore Harley? Is it the other brother? I know they're not really brothers, but in storyline wise, they were. Is it Hardcore Harley? Yeah, it is Hardcore Harley. I'm sorry. I thought I was thinking about Crush Harley. Rest in peace. He passed away years ago. So, what's your thoughts on the article? Have a good one, and I'll definitely be back on the flip side. Not too sure when. Hit the notification button. If you're new to this YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button. And that really sums it up.